Oh, we use a sound check.
Huh?
All right. Good evening. This is Alesthane Garfield. I'm here with Bard Life. Trust me, this is just uh, medication. Just trying to move it out of my way. Just a little cluttered. Had a busy day today. But we're still here. We still managed to get on for some Bard Life out here on DDO. I have the correct layout up. Looks like Oriara is here. I'm going to invite her to the party. I'm going to turn down the ambient noise. Is kind of getting to me. Before I do that, options, ambient sound. Okay, I think that'll be a lot better. Now I can. I'm sorry. I've been playing a little bit of Lotro, so the mouse controls are backwards. There. DDO was first, so that's the proper way to do things. Oh. Okay.
I'm sorry. It's trying to get set up glitch.
There we go. All right. So today I have absolute no real plan to do anything today except a little DDO. I am missing something, but it should be right here. Oh. Had him last time. Put on the Artificer shades. Oh, let's just take a quick look at the grouping panel. I had to hit 2. And once again, nobody is doing any Monday night raiding. Would have been nice to just pop into a raid. So we will find some questing to do. We should just go ahead and finish off Sentinels.
Yeah, we should.
So we will finish off Sentinels. And then we will see if there maybe a raid will get up by then. I don't know.
Can you hear me well enough?
Yes, I can.
Excellent.
Gunner House, Denny's. Yeah, I sold enough. Alright. I guess I finished the chain that sent me back to the first one. Oh well. Since we've done that, it's time to do the tide turns. We might have to do this the old soulstone way.
Yeah, be
As you
fine.
enter, you are surprised to hear the hammer of battle and the cries of the wounded. The tower is being attacked from the inside.
It is a quite balmy 114 degrees outside, so that's why I have a big Coca-Cola bottle full of ice water. Looks like we're ready. Oh,
I always forget to talk to dude. Let's talk
Yeah.
to dude, right? Yeah.
hold on. Let me pop a Garrett. Okay, I don't have a Garrett. Do you have a Garrett?
I sure, just a moment. Oh yeah, you're right. I completely forgot about a Garrett. I have one more Garrett contract. I'll have to get more after before
Ah, one Garrett's all we need. I'll also bring in Arathea just for fun. Alright, let's roll. Ah, Drow. I hate Drow. He's a hobo. I can dance him. And we come up here and they spawn. I dance. Quit hitting me.
how'd he get all the way down there?
He spawned down there and he's an archer, so he never came up.
Oh, I thought he was one of the ones that fought here.
Nope.
I didn't know one spawned on the bottom. Okay.
3 spawn on the bottom on Elite.
I genuinely never noticed.
Alright. So House Denny didn't put in any backups to their backups. They're not as organized as the Magnificent Cabal. However, we can go traipsing throughout the side passages.
To be fair, it still didn't help him in the end.
Now, one of the things about the final quest is all the people in the first parts can make a chance appearance. Drow.
Which I thought was pretty neat, actually.
No, not my Zoriat Silver Arrow, which I never use. Except in Fall of Truth. When I use all my arrows up. Destroy the crystal! I really don't have any range. Don't just stand there, destroy the crystal! Alright, I'm hitting it for 3 points of damage.
Yeah, that's basically why I keep a shuriken on these for show, because people think I'm actually doing something. But, you know, I'm not doing any real kind of damage with this, but okay.
I'm a bard. What are they expecting me to do anyway? I do nothing. I sing a little song. drink a little ale. I mean, I'm just kind of like putting a little bit of effort in for the stream. I mean, but usually I just stand at the back and let everybody else do the work.
Oh, you still do stuff.
Yeah, on other characters that are far more capable.
You're like the most important person for that one quest where you had to drink boulders under the ground.
Hey, that wasn't work. I didn't even know there was a contest. I just saw free booze.
After the sounds of battle die away, the door to the armory strong room sweeps open.
I'm gonna reload the channel. I know it's showing, but I have the old stream up. Kind of refresh everything. Did you talk to him? Or did you flip the switch? Nope.
Oh, right, there's a switch.
Yeah, we
Just
came.
kinda forgot about that.
We came to this dead end for no reason whatsoever.
A thick layer of dust covers the tunnel floor. Even worse than the choking dust is the stench wafting up from the pipes.
I'm so used to other people doing it that I just don't even think about it anymore.
Foul water from the leaking pipes covers the floor of this room. The rats down below pay the filth no mind.
He's like, yeah, my own purpose is to kill things. Oh, hey, forgot about that, too.
I didn't. I don't know why you're beating up those poor defenseless mice.
I wanted the thing on the bottom, the flexible nose. And they were in my way. I killed them.
Well, you might as well just climb the ladder now.
Oh, you already have that going? Gosh, you always do that so quickly.
It's just a jump puzzle, the easiest things in the game.
Oh, shut up. Did I just get thrown? Yeah. I completely and totally and thoroughly beat just puzzle.
The rats were being mean to me. I couldn't remember if I could dance rats or not. Apparently the answer is I can.
When you leave the filthy steam tunnels, you find yourself in the grand office of House Denise, chief accountant.
He's already dancing. You didn't need to stun him.
It's reflex at this point.
My reflex is at plus 43.
Flood-tide pirates roam the halls, searching for plunder.
You might have wanted to keep Garrett back.
Oh, right, I forgot about him. Yeah, it was a joke when I say it's like he's like death work sticky. Once he does his job, I forget he's there.
Yeah, but I'm probably going to need him to res me. I got really lucky. See, my hireling isn't dead because I did it right. Although, we could end up dead in this one. This one's actually even worse.
He is totally safe.
Yeah, I really didn't miss those 303 hit points. Can you go stun the drow? They can't. I can't dance them.
Magical shields vanish. You hear the Denise mercenaries below cheer at your victory.
I was getting to it.
There was no sign of Captain Tew anywhere on the second floor. He must have escaped higher into the tower.
Nice. I picked up a small brown dragon shard pack in that little baggie.
He's double danced. I didn't think he made it far enough to get in the circle. Alright, so now we have one more trap corridor coming up.
Flood-tide pirates stand over the prone bodies of the wounded, looting them down to their last copper coin.
Dance, dance. Alright. Where are you going? Sides first.
The sound of looting comes from inside the barracks. You can slay the pirates yourself, but if you can catch them by surprise and seal them inside, helps to meet them more appreciated.
Let's lock him inside.
The magical shield shimmers into existence, locking the pirates in the North Barracks.
We'll do the other side. I just realized we don't have the healing one either.
The magical
All right,
shield
we have
protects
locked in.
sealing the pirates in with their ill-gotten loot.
They're sealed in for freshness. I've actually never been in there.
I have actually. The first time I did this, and I was doing it on my own, and I was curious, like, oh, what's in there? And then I realized, oh,
Alright, we will get a... I was going to have a theory rest too. Not too sure why she's not doing it. All right. I think one thing I like more about DDO than Lord of the Rings Online is the fact that when you're in combat and you have all these special effects,
The tower's exterior teems with pirates screaming for your blood.
is that all those special effects create wonderful, or all those wonderful effects have real special effects in the engine. Lightning bolts and
The infamous Crimson River
you're right.
flagship of Captain Tew's
I didn't even think about it, but you're right. There are a lot of special, no, there are a lot more special effects in DDO than there are in Lothar.
I mean, the Runekeeper Lore Master ones have some, but even then they seem kind of subdued compared to the explosion fest that this is, you know?
Well, you have pointed out on many an occasion that when they made Loco, they were doing it with an eye for making things look a little bit more realistic and believable. So maybe they figured, any magic is probably going to be fairly muted. And not quite as, impressive as it is on DDO.
Oh, hacked. Coca-Cola isn't clear. I use Coca-Cola. I recycle Coca-Cola bottles by using them for water bottles.
As the crimson moon falls from the sky, burning, there is a scream of fury behind you. Captain 2 has arrived.
The thing about Coca-Cola bottles, if you really want to know why I use them, is the shape doesn't break in the freezer as much. I've used Pepsi bottles before. I really have no preference, except Pepsi bottles split open, make a mess. Yeah, alternative. Oh, I see. Okay.
A doorway leads into the tower's uppermost
Hi, Wise.
chamber.
Okay, I gotta appreciate that one. Wait, I just saw something strange.
What?
Weiss just logged on.
That's why I just said hi, Weiss.
Oh, I didn't even notice.
Did you hear that?
Oh, wait a minute, hold on. It's. I didn't even realize that was her making the comment. Oh, I'm bad. My ability to notice things. Oh, God. It's not existent to the point of being in the negative.
And that's the real reason why she doesn't play any of the burglar tunes.
One voice overshadows them all.
Spot?
Captain 2 is making ready for his last bloody stand.
Yeah, my real life plot check is probably like negative 50 or something.
She can't find the lock boxes even with the Tom and Jerry lines.
Actually, no, I can't. I have done a bit of the trap thingy, and yeah, even with those lines, I still have some.
As soon as we get through Cabin 2 here, I'll add you. Oh wait, there's gonna be water elementals or something right there, aren't there? I want to be over here then.
Something like that.
Oh wait, no, it's after Azart Tree.
Oh, greetings, Red Heidi. I can check out the snack. Thank you for joining us on our stream.
I don't know. Azart Tree really has this death thing against Arathea Sundown. Who's not doing anything. I mean, she's kind of in dumb mode. Now she just threw a spell for the first time in the entire fight. I'm going to attack you because you're the laziest. And you have a bard in your party, so that's really impressive.
So this is House Denny's, right?
Yeah, we're almost done with House Denny's. Is there anything you want to do afterwards? I guess I should start using the push to talk.
Not particularly. I'm down for whatever.
What happened to the... Oh, there they are.
I was about to ask that.
Two, one. They're danced and jaded. Yeah, we're doing epic. We have high level tunes. Coming soon to Bard Life though, some lower level tunes. Gotta do some work on Chernenko in a couple of weeks. I'm sorry, Chernenko.
That's the one you're always TRing, right?
No, that's the one that's always true resurrecting. The one who's always TRing is my dwarven cleric, TR. Named for President Theodore Roosevelt. Yes. True resurrecting is less important than Theodore Roosevelt.
Did you want these filthy cuckoos?
No.
I thought I'd ask.
Wait. Did I just pick up something cool?
I don't know, did you?
How cool could it be? Just silver thread hand wraps.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Gimme.
Gimme.
They don't have a. They don't have an augment in it.
Out there.
I don't care, gimme.
No.
Gimme.
Run away. Run away. Take the D door. Escape.
I'm going to get those hand wraps one way or another.
Yeah, they'll be in the chest somewhere or something. Just leave me alone. Oh, no. No. Although those are actually not too bad. I might be able to get a couple of ducats for it. I just vendor trash.
Speaking of augment, nothing in my end loot has any.
Alright. Load up the basement. I'm free. Free falling.
You know what? I don't remember why, but you had brought up the carnival chain.
Right, that's right.
Right, that's right. You were saying that how he had backup plans for his backups and whatnot. Hey, let's do that. If no one knows what to do.
Well, we can certainly do that. That's one of the few things that a bard is best at, you know. Party crashers. Even if it hadn't been a quest, I probably would have crashed the party.
Did you not want to do spies in the house? I guess I should ask that one too, just for completeness, for sentinels.
Actually, it would be a bad idea for me to do it because there's that that bug. I'd have to reset the thing. We don't need to do it.
Okay. What bug?
The bug where if you start the chain, you do spies, then it could bug out your completion of the chain.
Oh, okay. I forgot about that one. That actually sounds familiar.
I'll throw the small. Your chest usually tends to be pretty full. I'll throw your stuff in the. What?
Yeah, I know. I've been deliberately procrastinating. I need to do a whole lot of inventory management.
Yeah, and this one is full too.
Of course it is.
Alright, it'll be in the large one, but nothing should be in the large one except stuff I put in it.
So, are we going to do the whole Fairlane Carnival chain or just party crashers?
Why is there a bunch of stuff in the chest that I didn't put in here?
I don't know. I never put anything in there.
There's a lot of stuff in here. Alright. Well, it's in there. I'll get the rest of the stuff out later. How are we doing on time? Do I need to do that before we leave the stream tonight?
I think I may be guilty of putting the grave wrappings in there, but nothing else.
Oh, it's probably JD.
Most likely.
I think he forgets he has a chest from time to time. Yeah, I will need to do the outside stuff before I log out tonight. All right, off to house before Hairlane. I almost made an elf I was going to name Ford Fjarlin. Then I remembered I don't really like Andrew Dice Clay that much. I didn't like him enough to really go forward with the joke. Oh, I'd actually finished this chain once. Let's see, can I get anything good? Alright, we are going to do a small favor. Or a small problem.
Small favor is another one entirely. Is this like bugged out?
I'm sorry?
It's not
Is
working
this
for
thing
me
bugged out?
either.
Yeah. It's not going. Oh, hey, there it is, finally. That was weird.
Let's see, what do I need to do? I need to activate the Arathea because she's active. Apparently, she doesn't get any death ward.
Oh, I didn't
Are
think
you gonna
you were
play us
summon
music?
her again.
A little. Yeah, some DCs, so I'll play the other two songs too. Alright.
You get a distinct impression of being. You hear a giant's voice.
No, really, I
Get up,
don't.
Neil. More little people. Another giant responds.
You don't
I
what?
don't wanna.
I have an
You can't
impression
make
of
me."
being watched.
Is it just us in the top room? And Red?
The number says 3, and the number says 3, and I'm imagining Weiss is on too. So
Yeah, no, I don't think we're being watched. That makes me sad. And yet relieved at the same time. I don't know why.
yeah, I knew that was coming.
Oh, okay, no, Red is watching. So apparently one of the people watching is not just us. We're not completely talking to ourselves. Yay!
Now I'm shy. Guys, there's like 5 lions back here.
You know, I realized that I was just moving and completely forgot what I was doing. I was just like running through the area, just completely forgetting I was doing it.
The Bard has the aggro, he'll be fine. You know, the best armor is light armor. Bard.
Well,
That means tank.
I'm wearing light armor. Well, it's not even armor, it's just cotton dress.
Yeah, you're a monk. You get like stupid armor.
Have you forgotten the bard sacrifice?
You know that as the Bard, I don't support that in any way, shape, or form.
That's just because you're biased.
I'm not too sure what radial tires have to do with it. I think if you pick the My Feet option, you should lose the option to pick skip 2 hours of explanation. You know, Braun Pitt's gotta get his revenge.
You explain theater to the giant, but to earn his trust, you'll have to become his apprentice. Your training begins. Braun Pitts gives you a task.
Seek the altar near the waterfall to appease the spirits before you take their water. Don't be jumping off that cliff. That water's shallow. It might sprain your ankles.
I just realized, as with every other quest in this game, I only vaguely remember it.
It boils down to fetch, monk, fetch.
Yeah, pretty much. If I'm not going the right way, please tell me.
That's why I'm in front, to draw all the aggro with my massive bard tanking abilities. And my massive evasion.
Do you even have evasion?
I think about having evasion. Does that count?
I don't think so, no.
Let me know when you have their approval so I can click on the watch release.
I have their approval and I'm being eaten by wolves.
Okie dokie.
Got the water.
Got the water.
I guess I should.
I guess I should do something about those wolves.
No, I already did. On the plus side, I found out I can dance wolves. On the negative side, that makes me Kevin Costner.
Yeah, that kind of evens out, doesn't it?
Next, I have to go out to, now I'm blanking on his name, the Cyber Atoll, so I can, that's about the closest we can recreate the water world.
Wasn't this just a black wolf a second ago?
Yep.
Yep.
It changes.
It changes like, each time.
Give him the water. Okay. Now we gotta go beat up some earth elementals.
Okay.
Yeah, there are like 4 wolves, and then you fight them at the end now. It used to be you only fought them on Epic Elite, or on Elite, but now you fight them all the time. Oh, I thought that said spirit on the rocks, and I got excited for a second. As long as they don't put these spiders in a hot water closet, I can fight them. You must go into the steam factory where there are lots of spiders. Nope. Nope. Don't care. There are spiders in a place where you produce hot water. I ain't going in it.
You know, I don't care what is in the room. I'm just not going in a room full of spiders or in an area
Fuck
full of
spiders.
spiders.
Oh wait, we're supposed to, never mind. You guys just want to stay there, and I'll go back and tell them we've crushed the rocks?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah, we can't really do anything until we do that.
Right.
Right.
One of those
ones where they send you back.
When
When it should have been like, oh, you're up there, collect some firewood.
Yeah, you've got to do all these favors for me at the same time.
I think that'd be preferable.
Brawn Pit says
Okay.
If Brothers Grimm don't have any firewood, check up in the hills northwest of here.
All right.
Oh, hi, back.
Thing. Alan, good evening. You know what? I'm thinking the thing is updating on my end. I guess I would have to refresh to see the number of watchers we have. It still says 3, but apparently there are more than 3.
The tab on the side is always a better indicator. It says 5.
I don't see a tab on the side.
It says follow. Well, you gotta be following the channel, I guess, to see it in your followed channels. Top tip.
I thought I did have it followed.
That's right. She can't even be bothered to follow her favorite game on Twitch while she's streaming
Quiet.
it.
It has the green heart. I thought that meant I have it all followed and everything.
Yeah, you're following it, so it should be over there.
I don't know. I don't use Twitch very often. It's all new to me.
Yay, they put dancing elementals back.
Oh, thank you. Confirmation. You don't get that tabby too.
You've got it collapsed. There's a little arrow that'll pop it out near the top. Okay, now we gotta go back to Brawn Pits, where he will have 2 more Hearth Elemental Spirits. So I won't start the fight till I get somebody who can actually fight here.
Yeah, I'll have to ask you to direct me how to do that, because if I uncollapse it takes away my ability to see the chat. And I am pretty sure you're referring to something else.
Well, if you see the small bar on the left side, there should be a
Brawn Pit
little
smiles
arrow
towards his campfire.
next to the DDO stream.
He will have a lot of climbing
Where
to do
you
to
can pop it
commune with
out.
spirits in the sky atop that pillar. The stew will give you strength.
Alright, well, apparently it's not working on this surface. I already have 40 jump on the barge, so I'm not too sure this is going to help. But yeah, I like stew.
I always take the soup even though I don't need it, just because it's cute.
Well, the potatoes and grains in the stew will help absorb all the alcohol I drink. Well, it makes me marginally be more sober, but not nearly sober. It will extend the buzz.
so box doesn't see
You
what
know,
I'm
extend
not
the
seeing
spud.
either. Well, maybe after the class we can take a look at it because we're like right in the middle of the class. And we try to solve a technical problem on Twitch while fighting is usually not the best idea.
Alright, right down here. These are tieflings, so they're really hard to dance to. A little easier in Drow, but...
I've never had an issue with these things.
Well, for spell resistance.
Well, stuns work differently than spell resistance.
Thank goodness.
Hacksaws. I think that's the next thing they should do. They should tie stuns to spell resistance.
Oh God, no. Quiet! Don't say that too loud. The devs might be watching and they might think that's a good idea.
Well, I'm sure we can offer them other good ideas.
Oh. Yeah, like guild trophies.
Yeah, guild trophies.
Exactly.
So yeah, we've been having discussions on things that we'd like to see in DDO that would especially help improve the economy. And, you know, not just the After Start economy, but the Platinum economy as well. And you're thinking, well, what we need is something that'll help take more currency out of circulation so that way Platinum is more valuable. And there should be something that people want to spend a lot of Platinum on a regular basis. One of the things that we came up with was having a guild hall on the ground, different from the airship that's meant to be a place for hanging out rather than a place for, oh, I just got blown up. And rather than just a place to get your big important buffs and whatnot. So it's mostly a place to hang out, to invite people over, and to especially brag about the great accomplishments your guild has made. You would have a guild tax on it, so like for upkeep, as it were, which again is there to take the platinum out of circulation. And in addition to that, you would be able to do things like make trophies. Like say we went out and did a raid, and say a raid boss dropped a very, very special item that you could take to a taxidermist and make into a trophy or something. Or one of the things that Weiss had come up with, which I love, was being able to take all of those really nice armors, like the green dragon scale armors and the red ones, and if you take the ingredients for that plus a few extra stuff, make it into an armor scan that can be displayed in the guild hall. And again, that would take more platinum out of circulation as people try to spend money on getting those things.
And it's also to take some of the scales out of circulation too, because, you know, as everybody, or as most people know, there was a problem with that, you know, everybody's kind of taboo to talk about, but, you know, there was an issue that created large amounts of mats, and it would be good to kind of cut those down a bit and help the economy.
Yeah, so that's basically a lot of the ideas that we were having was meant to not just take platinum out of circulation, but like I brought up, we did have a problem for a while, and there was an overabundance of crafting mats and whatnot, and that would help take those out of circulation too, and make them valuable again. That and it would be really cool to be have a display of all of the unique armor, all of the unique ones that are crafted. I think so, anyhow. So between the armor and the...
It's just like an idea that, you know, we had that we thought could benefit just DDO as a whole, so.
And then the more we talked about it, I mean, the more I really was into it, because it's like, you know, that would be really cool. You know, I know it really has nothing more than cosmetic value, but, you know, sometimes you just like to have those fun little things that help immerse you into the game just a little bit more, you know?
Yes, I also thought though that we really didn't need a guild house on the ground though, because we still are short on the bigger ships, 2 or 3 big guild areas. So I thought they could just implement that in that area, just so they can start filling it up, and maybe not make it permanent, maybe make it rental, but same idea.
Yeah, that would actually be another good idea, especially making it rental, because it's permanent, but again, this is off. So, make it a rental, and then again, it's something that's going to take more platinum out of circulation. Because like right now, platinum doesn't really mean much right now. At least on the Kaiser server, it doesn't mean much. Things are overly expensive when they are put on the auction house, and even then, you know, if you're lucky enough to find something nice on the auction house, it's just enough.
Yeah. Back in the day, platinum definitely had value, like especially when like the level cap was 20, and you used to see like red dragon scales on the auction house for like 800,000, and just for one, and almost nobody had the red dragon scale armor and everything. Platinum was actually, you know, a viable currency, and it'd be nice to see that again.
Yeah, I mean, it would be nice for it to all be worth something, to have, you know, most of the things in the game be the kind of things that are worthwhile one way or another.
No, it's the fact that Brawn Pits got stuck. You guys ran ahead, so when he hit a spawn point, you guys were way far away, and I was the only one by him. Gotta keep an eye on the giant. I know it's hard. He's a giant and all that. Lots of
stuff. If I could get a fresh death award, that'd be great.
It's not like any tieflings have level drain. Only all of them.
I got hit by negative energy though.
I hate symbols. Oh, hey, DDO's on. Let me tell them hi.
I like how they brought them back for epic giant hold adventure area. Loots.
You know, I don't remember if I got that last chest. I was like so into the conversation of some of the new things that we can have in DDO that'll help to rebalance the economy, and that would just be fun to have. One thing I would like to see, even if you have to earn like a special favor or something, through access to the vendors through favor, would be the ability to buy spell pots. That would be nice.
To do what?
Because we're kind of to buy spell pots, mana pots.
Oh yeah, that'd be nice too.
If I could actually buy spell pots with platinum, I would actually probably play a sorcerer again. I'm just really bad at all the arcane ones because I go through my spell points too quickly. And they don't have enough power really to stay.
A whispery voice echoes in the valley.
Hey, Sophia might be joining us too. Gonna see what game he wants to run on with us. He's throwing something out, but I can't see what it is.
I got him to move.
Brawn Pit safely reaches the caravan on the way to Stormreach. Your work here is done.
Ori, I'm gonna pass you my token.
Yay, thank you. Oh, hey, where'd this guy come from?
They constantly spawn after the fight, so
I
when
didn't realize
the
that.
flames go up, they'll pop from time to time. We can just leave though. In fact, I'm already gone. Ugh.
I'm gonna take a quick bio.
I'm sorry, say again?
I said I'm going to take a quick bio.
Oh, okay.
Oh, nice. I just pulled Frostbrand from the end reward chest from Tear of Dakan. I forgot to change the title. It's always going to be something I forget from day to day. Oh, I forgot to change the title. It's always going to be something I forget from day to day.
I'm back. Welcome back.
Thank you.
So my Twitch thing updated. Now it says 5 people are watching us. Alright, Vito said he did want to join us for Party Crashers, so he's going to be switching over to Clean Up Capable of Epic. Ooh, it updated to 7. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out the little arrow thingy that you touch the account on the
Okay.
side, but
Do you
It's
see
not
where
really-
at the top, right above the video, where it says DDO stream? Do you see right to the left of it a little arrow? What? Okay, right immediately to the between the purple part and the logo. Do you see a little arrow?
But there must have been.
Okay, I don't know, maybe because of the resolution it can't pop out. Why don't you close, if you close the chat real quick. Do you see a little arrow next to DDO stream? Alright, then I don't know. It's really faint, but it should be right there.
Yeah, apparently it's not showing up. It could be just because my Surface has such a smaller screen that it won't show up. But
Yes. Yes, that arrow simply expands the left pane on the page. That tends to update more regularly better than the counter on the bottom, I find. That's what we were just talking about before. That's all.
So are we gonna crush some parties or?
Frito's changing teams. He'll be joining us for Party Crashers.
No, Jafar just logged on.
Update the count of people who's watching the stream.
Hello.
Yeah, it's just not showing up on mine for some reason. Probably after the stream, he'll show me exactly where he needs it's supposed to be, and you can see if it's just me not seeing it or if it's just not there. But right now, I see 4 people. Oh, Geez, did you leave someone? Are we boring? I'm sorry we're boring.
That is a hideous robe.
What's the hideous robe?
The one I just put on.
Oh.
That is not the one.
Hey, Frida.
So. Okay, we got Ori. Jafar and Weiss. Alright, we're ready. And on casual. Heroic.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's exactly what I do. I'm on a surface and I have the magnification scaled so that way I can actually read things. So, okay, so it is a case of just things just not be able to show up because of how much, because of how it fits on the screen. Okay, thank you very much, Bob. I really appreciate that. That's information that's really useful.
With the mark's enchantment
Thank you,
shattered,
thank you.
the illusions around you dissipate. The air in the illusion area
Oh,
is
wait, I just
different than
realized
outside,
something.
as if you were transported into
Vito's
the
on
deep
his healer.
jungles of Zentrum.
We just
As
need
with
to summon
anything
her.
built by House Fiala, it is difficult to tell what is real and what is illusion.
Sorry, Vito. I've been having to summon him for the last couple of quests. So. No, being against you. You're a good healer.
The air suddenly shifts from tropical heat to bitter cold. It is
Yeah,
as if
I've
you were
actually
teleported
kind of
leagues
got like
away,
in
rather
my
than just having walked a few feet.
flower power thingy, I have something that I guess seems to do the same thing as freedom of movement. So applying freedom of movement to me won't actually even show up on my buff bar.
These arches have signal crystals attached on top. Are they simply decorative? With House Fiarlan, one can't tell.
We don't have a rogue.
Excuse you?
Why for the road?
Okay. It's been so long since we played, I forgot which one this was. Box is back here then. If anybody needs the XP. Oh, you can't do it after you've destroyed that. That used to not be a thing.
Though you can see the rest of Stormwoods through the skylights above, the light from outside does not reach this
What used to
room.
not be a thing? I'm
The
sorry.
only
I
illumination
zoned.
comes
That
from
you
phosphorescent
used to be
mushrooms.
able to disarm the traps even after you destroyed the signals. Now you cannot.
Oh, that is new.
There's a trap box right in that middle pillar. Right here.
The Mark of Shadow created copies of itself. They must be illusions. Only destroying the real one will end this death trap.
Oh, it's the one right at the beginning.
That must have been the real Mark. The illusionary ones have disappeared, as well as the barrier into the next chamber. That, unlike the previous room, this place feels like it's baked in sun. It's surprising that anything could live here. The destruction of this make-believe scorpion has also extinguished the Mark of Shadow. The illusionary barrier is gone.
For some reason in my mind, every time they use kind of a food or a cooking related term, I always add the words "in flavor" to the phrase. So, everything in here has been baked in the sun for flavor. Hey, look at all these people running after me. Here comes Jafar.
Sorry, forgot about this part. Hey, in my defense, it's been a long while since I've run any of these.
The marks of shadow around this chamber are restoring the illusionary giant's health.
I've apparently completed a DDO for my monster manual.
Yeah, I got like Wolf Murderer.
It flashed by so quickly I didn't even see what I got.
I can't do this last one. It'd be a ranger or a monk. It needs reflex.
You've run through the gauntlet of House Viarlan's Illusionarium, but you still need to enter the chapter house and stop the Maleficent Cabal's attack.
Lion Murderer 1.
Watson, they like your overlay. I like how it conveniently also hides the
The
chat
Viarlan chapter
window.
house must have been closed as a precaution
That way
during
you
the
can
Grand
keep our
Battle.
conversations
The
private
ball is
while
on the
still
far side of
streaming.
the chapter house, and it
That's
seems
more to
rather
hide
unlikely
World
that
Chat
next to the
and
security
Lotro and
gates,
Star Trek
a
Online.
large dragon mark of shadow is embedded into the wall. If it were to activate, you would not be able to destroy
Yeah,
it
probably
as
for
you
the
did with the marks in the
world chat
Illusionarium.
can be a little world chatty, let's just say.
What happens if you pull all these?
I'm sorry?
What happens if you activate all these rooms?
You can go through the other way, and I guess it turns off the spike traps. I think. I don't know. I've never really seen
The
it
chapter
do
house
anything.
theater normally hosts stage plays for
I
Viarlan's
activated 3 out of 6 of them.
It looks
I just
like
didn't
its
have the
shows
building
are on
floors.
hold.
But
Oh, all those rooms will deactivate the taps, if I recall correctly, in the other room that we usually run above now. Yeah, it used to be that before we knew that you can just like run over it rather than through it. That's what you had to do in order to do that. Deactivate all of the traps so that way you didn't have to, you know, set off the alarms and whatnot and
I haven't
go
done
through all
this
the
in
trouble.
forever.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. Most people just go up this way now. I don't even know how many people even remember that.
Like I said, I've been in a group where all 6 rooms were activated, and as far as we could tell, it was supposed to do something, but it didn't do jack.
The illusions in this display hall don't appear to be interactive like the ones in the illusion area. They probably won't attack you. Hopefully.
How do you mean, other than the fact that they haven't had an update for a long time? Did you turn on? Did you turn on, or did you take the thing where it regenerates your turn undead ability? Because that's how you get free auras.
The Arlen Grand Gala. Now, to find the guest
Oh,
list
that's right.
and add Cyan's
It's
name.
been so long since I played on my cons, I forgot about that. It's a Ultra. That might actually be more amenable to I can't say it. I might be actually more willing to play alt on DDO, which is a very scary thing for me to
To the
say.
glowing red eyes of her one of the drink servers looks like an elf. But you see through the party guest here seems these guards are supposed to protect the Grand Gala, but they only have eyes for the old elf. They are obviously not in their right mind.
Alright,
Would they be
we
under
should
a
go into the library and
carnival
fight the
spell?
two. Wow, she got here quick.
Usually she doesn't arrive that quickly.
Migrus's death was much cleaner than the one she had
They must have
planned for
changed
her
that.
victims. Cyan should be able to
I
find
think
a
maybe an
antidote
update
for
because
any
people were
poison the
complaining
party
that it was
guests have
too
already
slow.
combined. With the Spellmaster's death,
Yeah.
anyone under his evil mental control
I like watching
has been
mobs
set
get
free.
danced, but I hate seeing dance.
Huh. I have true staring, but I can't see the door. Weiss can go up and pick the lock, though. We don't need the key.
She should be able to find the search
I already
the
did.
door down here.
Oh, okay. Let me see.
Renown. Wait, 465. We only have 3 accounts active right now. Oh no.
Oh,
Wait.
now I have to pick.
So that means, oh, so John hasn't actually, yeah, Aranitis hasn't even logged on in a month, so.
Well, we also know what his situation is right now, so logging on is not something he can do very often.
Quit making him play the Lotros.
I might have to. That's me too sad. And Freedom's gonna go AFK for a little bit. If I'm reading his spell correctly, he might be able to send it jealous because of it. He's got good cooking. God, I would love good cooking.
Well, the overlay, since we have the time now, since we have a little bit of okay, my overlay, I'd say it's a little bit of graphic arts in college, and I wanted a simple one, so I kind of just, I took a screenshot of the interface and kind of traced bars over everything and then added the colors. It's not too hard, but it's best to save it as a transparent GIF if you're using OBS, so that the screen behind it shows through. Yes, it means you're limited to, I think, 256 colors, but you can set a custom palette so you can pick the colors. Oh, what did I use? I used Adobe Photoshop CS5. I got a copy of it from working at the college, so I just use it.
Alright, looks like Vito's back.
Yay. Now let's go beat up some tieflings in the upstairs bedrooms.
Yeah, I'm actually looking to see if I can't find a program to replace Photoshop from on the free for my Surface. There's something about Photoshop when I use the stylus, it seems to kind of lag a bit. So I'm actually looking around right now. GIMP seems to be working pretty well. We're talking about graphics programs, making things like overlays and whatnot. I've been playing around with a few others.
You see the aura of a powerful illusion around this god. He's not an elf at all. His glowing eyes betray.
They haven't made as much of an impression on me, so I can't remember their names. Otherwise, I give them as suggestions for other ones to try. But the GIMP is nice because it's free and open source. And there's a lot of people behind the GIMP project, and it's always being updated. And it actually has a lot of really good professional features on it, too. I am actually using a Pro 3 because we couldn't afford a Pro 4. I'm using a Pro 3, saved up to get one. It's a certified refurbished one, and we got it off of, what was it, Newegg?
Yeah, Newegg.
Alesthane, you're going to have to let me know when I need to pick something, because I haven't done this in forever.
Oh, right. Okay, fair enough. We can do that.
Search here.
So you can say we're a pair of pros, huh?
There are tieflings in these rooms, poised to strike at the ball. The guard is still waiting at the restroom. If you keep your distance, he probably won't see you.
Yeah, I love my Surface. I really do.
Search here.
You grabbed on the scroll?
Fairlane mirror cloak scroll.
Oh, nice.
Hey, they fixed the chest. It's actually here.
Yay. It's actually locked, too.
We have
Oh,
to
right,
kill
you gotta...
Boy.
Yeah, it's been so long since I've had access to that chest. I almost forgot how that works.
I am stunned.
I don't know why. I forget a lot of things on a regular basis. Nothing describes that.
We want to beat him up too.
It's probably my fault. I just can't draw aggro if my life depended on it. And you know, there's been a couple questions in mine where it really would have helped us not turn into dolphins if I could draw aggro.
Well, remember, there's those gloves from, I think the raid or one of the new quests.
I think it might have been a non-raid, but it could have been the raid. I know it's from that new set of what. So yeah, I do.
Yeah, I think we determined it'd be a pretty nice item for you.
I don't know if it's something I'd wear all the time, but it's definitely something I'd throw on if we need aggro on aggro.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, we now have to go gather to protect the Viceroy for the most traumatic and hard end fight in the entire game.
I love this part. This is easily one of my top favorite quests, just because I love how it ends. It's so stupid.
They closed the store where I got my backup and my backup to my backup.
I think they need to speed this girl up a little bit too. If they set up those two side people, they need to speed her up. We do spend a lot of time just sitting here going, okay, hurry up, we're here.
Cyan comes just when she wants to. So now we'll sit here and watch Snidely Whiplash.
So is it just me, or do we not see a lot of items with augment, let alone the desirable augments we're looking for? Like, I don't see a lot of weapons with red augments as often, or, you know, yellow or green augmented items either.
Well, they were supposed to be rare.
Fair enough. Although I do see a lot of armor with the blue augment.
You pull a lot more blue augments.
Well, it's probably for the fact that a lot of these augmented items are rare because, well, crafting is so good. I guess you want to keep those rare. Anyone want a fairly mirror cloak, or y'all got enough?
I have plenty and to spare. I'll take the token of the 12. I need them.
What's that, wife?
Oh, Frito was asking if anyone needed a token.
Yes, I would love the token if no one needs it.
You got the last
I'll
one.
pass you mine as well.
I've got TR to do.
Thank you very much for the token.
Yep.
Sorry, I try to keep an eye on the chat, but every now and then I'm going to miss something. Welcome back, Bob.
Oh man, I was really hoping that that was going to have one. Oh, we have plenty of time. We'll do the snitch.
Do you think we'll be able to do the last one or no? I mean,
Almost certainly not.
8:14. Okay. Snitch goes by real quick, though. We should have plenty of time for that.
Ooh, it looks like that my stuff is filled.
I'm going to drop this stuff off at the bank real quick. And for you don't want to go check on his ribs. God, I want ribs. I just had this delicious ham that Alesthane had cooked very well, thank you. And yet, Frito brings up ribs, and I'm just salivating. I love ribs. They're one of my top favorite foods.
I'll take a look at this in the light, but I don't think it would be any more impressed. Oh, it's even worse in the light. Ah! Get it off me.
I really wish there was a way to view which ones are which in game. That is the one thing I do love about Lotus. Like, you could say, like, okay, take a look at this. Look like, alright.
I really need to get some food, so I'm going to catch up with you guys in a bit.
Welcome back, Rita.
I have no idea.
I guess Weiss is going to be back real quick.
Start without me. I'll be back in a bit.
Alrighty. That said, I have to say I'm actually feeling pretty happy right now. We're running with almost the full regular Christmas. It feels good. The only one missing right now is JD, really. I suppose I should say the full regular crew. We do have a couple of extra guildies, but they don't get to come on as often because, well, they have a kid, and the kid needs attention. So they're more like part-time guildies. I'll find the entrance to the switch at any moment. I don't know why I always have trouble finding the place.
Well, it's on the other side of the entrance of the Golden Wing.
Yeah, I'm just having trouble finding it. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm somewhere familiar. I think. Okay, it should be right around here, right? Hey, I found it!
Yeah, if you go straight from the airship entrance, and you just go straight, it leads you right here.
Yeah. I know. I get lost way too easily. Stepped in on Elise. Yeah, wife did say to start without her. So we'll get this started since we don't have a lot of time left on this grade. Just enough to finish up this match, and I guess next week we'll do the capstone quest for this chain.
No, first Ori has to run off first, and then you can buff. Monks are OP, they don't need any buffs.
Monks are not OP. Are we all ready?
No, but I'm going to open it anyway. Hey, that was my Murgo.
Sorry.
The stench of smoke wafts down the corridor.
Go get him. I don't have a mukbang anymore. I don't know why.
Are you saying we need to get you a Mustang?
More More likely, I probably have something that's ever bright, but I forgot what it is.
Say again? Oh yeah, that's right.
No, I have a mukbang. Here it is.
You know, I have a feeling of deja vu. I think we went through this before.
Well, this is an old classic mukbang. No red augment slot. Doesn't bind. Yes, the level 2 one.
Wife is having a meal. I guess she was just way too hungry. Fair enough. She's sitting behind us and she's commenting on how another really good food killer is that broccoli basher, which I always intended to get, but never get around to doing. That's actually a decent one to try to get since it's a little bit more at the level for epic and epic with our probably.
Okay, I'm really like lagging off of things.
Right now I seem to be okay. But I've had a few lag issues throughout, although some of them might be due to the bizarre thing that we discovered the other day. For the longest time, my Wi-Fi network card was not working correctly, and then we discovered when my wired network card burned out, that we didn't realize it had burned out, my Wi-Fi one took over. So it's like it just magically started working, and we figured out that it might have been because it didn't work very well with Vista, and when I upgraded to Windows 10, apparently Windows 10 had whatever it needed to work properly.
Eventually I'll get through this jelly.
I'm trying to find where you're at, feeling miserably. Oh, there you are. Yeah, I guess when you get right down to it, I'm just not very good at finding my way around anywhere. Either in the game or in real life.
I can't see the door.
You know, I'm realizing they must have made some changes in the past few months, because this used to be seen with two things.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's see if I can search it out. Alright, let me try to see if I can't increase my search a little bit more.
Oh, before you did that, I was going to just see if there was the bad guys anywhere else. We didn't get the spider. Actually, we probably should have gotten the notice that we got the trog right there anyway.
A scurrying sound nearby
Yeah, see, we've
sets your
got
nerves on edge.
mandible. Which means he's behind this other one.
Hey, look, I found it! Boosted myself up and I found it. I feel so proud of myself. Use all of my search stuff. Yeah, but there's a collectible in here too, so I wanted to get the collectible. That I wanted to see if I can find it. Yeah, I could have sworn this manual of stealthy pilfering had search on it, but it doesn't. No, so I switched over to my other trinket, which is the treasure hunters, the epic treasure hunters spyglass. That has search.
I found this red name. Go away.
And I use that in conjunction with the Epic Eye of the Beholder, which gives intelligence plus 11. So I was actually able to boost my search to something worthwhile. Yay! I'm a smart monk.
Then find the other door right behind you.
There's a door here?
This one right here.
Okay. Oh my gosh, I found it! I'm so proud of myself. I think I just ran the wrong way, didn't I? And you know, that should always be the indicator that, yes, I did go the wrong way. If I think I went the wrong way, the answer is yes, it did. Or yes, I did. Is there somebody screaming, like, right after us?
No.
Okay, good.
If you could lower one of the nearby ladders, you would be able to climb up onto the rooftops.
So noticing we might be going a little bit over. I went to the wrong hole, I think I did.
It's the southeast one.
Yeah, it's the one with the water obviously running down the pipe, so of course I didn't see it. I am so not on my A game today. I guess if we did have someone running behind us or going behind, or screaming behind us or after us,
As you turn the
then we
valve,
would have had to
you
be
hear a
pretty
metallic
strict about
clang in the distance.
when we
An
end the
angry
stream,
scream
huh?
nearby.
Yes.
I'm glad to know that we're not going to get yelled at for no one's screaming after us.
My cleric jumps just fine. Oh, I see the problem. You're a keeb.
What, do elves have, like, penalties to jump or something?
No.
Sure, why not?
No.
I have to say that is just one of my favorite slang terms for elf is tease. Tease for Keebler.
We have defeated the crate. Oh, he counts as an iron golem. Lol. That's great. He's an iron golem.
How is he iron?
Is there another dot?
I mean, it might have been a little bit of iron in the treasure chest that it was made of, but I don't.
Iron
think it could have been
golems. They're
iron.
more than good. They're great.
Weiss? Box is right here.
Okay, well, I'm trying to catch up to you guys.
Well, I kind of ran back to help you point out the box, and now I'm trapped behind the fire.
That's fair.
Oh wow, you got here so quickly?
It's not hard once you clear everything out.
Yeah,
It was hard
it
for
was
me.
easy. I'm kidding, I got lost like that time.
And you still made it here this quickly.
Right?
I'm impressed.
Box right here.
It's just pure luck, honestly.
Alright, now we'll fight these, oh, they already killed the hellhounds.
Yeah, they're dead, Jen.
No, that's
Alesthane says
Thursday.
they don't count as a road.
Hey, feel lucky, I barely count as a bard.
Your pursuit has led you out of Tanner's Alley and into a quieter, more prosperous neighborhood. Watchdogs dream peacefully in the sunshine below. If you're careful, you can catch up to Roderick Nettle and still let sleeping dogs lie.
Yeah, not gonna happen.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever been able to do this without waking the sleeping dog.
Oh, she's not even gonna try.
Nah, why? I know I can't do it.
9 times out of
I've
10.
tried several times.
9 times out of 10, I'm on a tune that sounds like a Walmart being pushed off a cliff.
That would be pretty noisy.
Up a Walmart, did you say?
Yes, a Walmart being pushed off a cliff.
How would that work?
Okay, well, there's a Walmart, and it's full of Walmart stuff. And it's on a cliff, and somebody pushes it off, or the cliff
A
collapses.
magical field
And I have a
flickers into
feeling it would
place,
make a terrific
protecting the upper
noise.
courtyard from unwanted intruders.
That would be a hell of a strength check.
Yep.
Oh, you don't want to go around, Jafar?
I don't remember. Oh, right. It's on that ladder, doesn't it? We have to kill everything, don't we?
I'm kind of ambivalent
Or
on
you
that
could just
score.
jump up.
So we're all here, right? No.
Yep. Oh, I thought it didn't let you use the ladder if you didn't bring it down.
Roderick
Oh, you
Nettles'
can't.
familiar
Well,
giggle can be heard in the next courtyard.
you still have
It's
to
time
activate
to
him.
deal with him once and for all.
I mean, we could just run to the next area if we have the jumps.
I have the jump skill, as in the numbers to do it, but as a player, I don't have the jump skill, if that makes sense. Are we gonna get the rust monster or skip it?
You can get the rust monster.
Okay, be right back.
A terrible din echoes down the hallway, as if sheets of metal were being torn.
It let me
I got lost.
bypass without activating the ladder. I'm back here.
Nope, I don't
Rust
have the
Monster
Mario
is so
skill. My
intent on
Mario
devouring his
skills are
metallic meal
pretty
that he hasn't noticed your
non-existent.
arrival. Yet.
Which is ironic, because I was pretty good at the Mario, too.
I am so bad at Nintendo games. Most of it's because I'm arthritic and those gamepads, I don't do the gamepad. My thumbs are the worst, so this I don't do. I mean, tapping a space bar, that's fine, but doing this, not going to happen.
Yeah, modern games have been to be really, really big, and they overwhelm my hands, and I can barely hold them. I remember crying when I first fell. It was the first time I fell into that hole in the first Mario game. But don't feel too bad.
I remember thinking, this isn't as nice as my Commodore 64.
I'm not trying to get over there.
You go back into the courtyard and then go down the tubes.
Yeah, I don't think I can do that. Without getting lost.
Now I'm trying to figure out where you're at now because you're not where I thought you were. Yeah, you went totally the wrong way.
I'm stuck.
Go up the ladder. Climb across the rooftops till you find the bard. This big tube behind the water leads to the rusty chest.
Oops, I didn't even see this.
That's going to be a common theme with Bard Life. It's how all the sober ones aren't the ones who can't tell where the stuff is.
Yeah, that pretty much sums up our life. Yeah. That sums up the two.
How could you not tell about the pipe that leads to the rust monster? There are 3 of them.
Unless you want me.
Just go in the middle one.
So it seems like, having crossed over the universes, Alesthane has the kingdom's ability to function while drunk, be dysfunctional while sober.
Alright, here we are. Here I am, rock you like a hurricane. No, wait, that's another tune.
But
I just realized I like his death animation, the way he just kind of falls like that. Pretty nice.
I did 50,000 damage.
I did 5. Not 5,000, just 5.
And I got commanded. That's fun.
I remember when the regular chest was inside the epic chest, and you'd open the epic chest and there'd be an air chest in there, and you'd be all like, yeah!
That actually was against the Demon Queen for a while too, the raid.
Yeah, that was pretty funny, actually.
There's my token.
Thank you very much. I'll take any tokens and nobody else wants.
I need tokens. I have TRing to do.
Hey, I saw like 4,000 fragments in your bank.
Yes, but those are fragments. I need those for crafting.
You could turn them into like 40 tokens though.
Then I wouldn't be able to craft anything.
Are they actually used in crafting?
It was, so that's why I have them there.
Yes.
Yes, there were a few crafting things that did require shards.
But not
I'm not
anymore.
sure.
Yeah.
And the fragments, I'm not sure if that's still the case.
So Alesthane is lying.
Well, that's something that's not supposed to happen. Yeah, we're gonna go too.
It
Take it easy, Jafar.
was nice. I like the fact that he was able to run with us, and I was hoping we'd be able to see him.
Alright, we're gonna drop party to do the sign off.
Alrighty.
All right, that's gonna wrap up Bard Live tonight for this Monday, the 19th of June, 2017. We do this every Monday night at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time. I noticed it's still pretty late for you East Coasters, but if you can stay up late for Monday Night Football, certainly you can stay up late for Bard Live. We would love to have more viewers. We also do, or I personally do, a stream every Thursday night at 6:30 for another game not related to this company, so I don't say its name. And I do Morning in Middle Earth with Oriara on Sunday at 8 a.m. Sunday morning Pacific time again. I know that's kind of in the middle of the day for you East Coasters, but that doesn't seem to hurt me too much. And the worst thing that happens is that we get taken over, or we get people leeching off to Steina Place. I gotta get that right. It looks like Stein. I live on a road, Stein Road, so that's why it gets stuck in my head. But Steina Place, she's really great. I understand why a lot of people watch her, but feel free to check out Morning in Middle Earth as well. Now I'm going to go ahead and switch to the news screen for the final thing. I know I usually just have the regular screen going on, but I'd also like people to take a look at our website, which is at www.cavaliercavalry.com. And if you, I'm always trying to crack wise about DDO and Lord of the Rings and other games and general events all the time. If you'd like to catch those jokes in the 140 characters or less, you can follow me, Alesthane Garfield, on Twitter. I am at the cat Alesthane. That goes a joke back to my Mech Warrior days, where I played Battletech. Used to play the board game Battletech, and I was on Solaris 7, and that's where this character comes from. The Alesthane, the cat Garfield, was a Mech Warrior for Solaris 7 for Lion City. That's where I kind of created this idea of what he would be like if anybody really would was interested in that. I'd love to show it to you, but unfortunately the Battletech forums got erased a couple of years ago, and I lost most of the writing, but I remember the character very well, and he's become a very important part of my role-playing mythology. So that's been Bard Life, and I hope everyone out there has peace and good questing. Good night.